Alright, I'm back with another Destiny 2 video. I knew this was going to be a huge TWAB. I did not know exactly what it would contain. There was supposed to be some stuff about Crucible, and that seems to be largely what it is. I'm a little bit sick again. My voice is not the best, so I'm going to not read like 100% of it, but I am going to do a first kind of run through here, and I see also that we are starting with the community event. It is real, it is happening, it is not related to the Telesto thing, but there is in fact a community event coming, as we think we have known for a long time now, based on like past triumphs and stuff, and they are going to detail what it is ahead of time as opposed to just springing it on us in total darkness, which has been the plan for a lot of things now, which I appreciate. So, community event, improving the Elixir quarter. Since Season of the Splicer, we've been finding our new Elixir friends in some of the most unexpected places. Many corners of our tower have become safe havens for them, even if they're struggling with vending machines. The space in the last city was also carved out to serve as a home for them. However, we've been noticing the Elixir quarter is a bit cold. While Spider has set up a cozy little shop to house his business dealings, many are still taking up residence in places without walls, shelter, or warmth. Mr. X is calling upon us to aid in improving their living environment. Starting next Tuesday, okay, so it is next week. They are not saving it for literally the final week of the season. The Elixir Quarter community event is beginning. Here's how you can help. All Guardians will be asked to collect treasure in the form of captain's coins from around the system to donate toward the Elixir Quarter, helping Spider with improvements and upkeep while Mithrax... Are we just calling him Mithrax now? We're not calling him Mithrax anymore? Was that like an offensive pronunciation? And Ido devote their time to researching the relics of Nezarec. Oh yeah, I forgot about those. Captain's coins can be found in destination chests, lost sectors, public events, and of course, seasonal plunder, catch, crash, and expedition activities. You can also find Captain's coins in King's Fall Raid, Dares of Eternity, Strikes, Crucible, and Gambit. So, almost every activity, I guess. And yeah, so we'll talk about that in a second. Each Guardian will have their own personal donation rewards track with an emblem, upgrade materials, and a new swashbuckling ghost shell. The community as a whole will pool their treasure together to help Mithrax and Spider improve the Elixir Quarter, receiving global community earned rewards and special Elixir thank you gifts along the way. Guardians may even find a deep sight weapon or two to help with completing their crafting collection. Oh, just in time. The event only lasts 2 weeks. Tell your friends to assemble a fire team and track down that treasure. As the event progresses, we're excited to see things shape up for our fallen friends. Stay tuned for updates on your progress. Okay, so this is real. This is happening. It's a tough situation because like normally these final weeks are essentially nothing. Like nothing is happening, and then we might get like some ending cutscene, and that's pretty much it. On the converse side, it is asking us to grind pretty much the same things we always grind, and especially the seasonal activities, which we are more than kind of over at this point. I think most people would agree with that. So I don't know. I think it depends on the rewards. Like I am wondering what is in the thank you gifts package, though I'm not sure what could be in those. That's going to be hyper motivating. I assume they will sort of work like the dawning presents or candy bags, where it's like a random world legendary and some enhancement cores and glimmer and stuff like that. A few things this doesn't talk about that we do know are happening is there's some kind of donation, I think, that's also planetary material based. You can dump your planetary mats in there because those are going away next season anyway. And then I'm in terms of what the global community rewards earned, I'm not sure. So we know that, quote unquote, we will be earning like new revamped buildings and areas in the Elixir Quarter, and that will happen over time. What I'm not sure about is what if there's like if we hit X metric or whatever at a given time, if we're all getting something specific, like we all get a ascendant shard, or I don't know, something like that. That is not detailed here, and I haven't really tracked it down enough to see that's been data mined, but I don't know. I mean, I'm of the opinion that like it's better than nothing. It's kind of linked to the story, and I don't really know what's going to happen with the quarter from here. If it's just going to like look nicer, and then we're just never going to visit it until it gets vaulted again at the end of when Lightfall hits, or if there will be something more kind of meaningful happening there. I do hope that is the case, but I guess we'll find out. We'll talk more about this next week when the event starts. Okay. This is just like bug things. They are changing the Scallywag title requirements. Drop Ruffian completion value down to 10, down from 50. Oh, man. Time to do this would have been before thousands of people, no doubt, did the grind all the way to 50. Not great. I don't... They like, you got to see this coming earlier, and you can't change this, like, with 2 weeks to go in the season. Like, I don't get that at all. Drop vendor upgrades required, 14 down from 23, so you don't have to do all of them. Change and promote first mates to doing it one time each as opposed to 15, which is what it is now, which is insane. Again, all of this should have been changed earlier. Changed seal requirements to be 8 out of 9, so you cannot do all of them. No word on the 250 champion triumphs for people that are just hunting triumph score, but I don't know. I'm not even going for this title. I don't think Scallywag's a good title anyway, so I don't really care, but yeah, gotta do stuff like that sooner. Okay, cheating things, they're strengthening battle eye, blah blah blah. Okay, Crucible. Here we go. Here's the big part. Crucible and the future. Today we'll be digging into what the Crucible is for Destiny 2, philosophies behind things like quick play, and ranked will be explained, and we'll be speaking about quite a few general changes we're making as part of our upkeep. Some of these sections will be dense, others will be a breeze of bulleted lists and patch note previews. If you're not into deep diving, here's a quick bulleted summary for you. We define our goals for the Crucible ecosystem. We're updating our Crucible playlist structure to streamline our Crucible offerings and help focus our Crucible population, collapsing Control and Clash into a single quick play playlist, bringing some of our lesser played game modes into weekly rotators. We're introducing a new Crucible seal and bringing engram focusing to Lord Shaxx to give players more ways to engage with Crucible rewards. In Lightfall, we'll be expanding engram focusing to include older weapons and armor sets across Crucible, Iron Banner, Trials, and more. In Season 19, Iron Banner gets a new mode and a legacy armor set that veteran Guardians should recognize. Okay, is it going to be the ornaments? If it's not the ornaments, I don't care. We're updating our matchmaking techniques between skill, connection, or maybe this could be a Destiny 1 thing. Skill, connection, and team sizes to provide better experiences in the Crucible. It starts with quick play and will roll out to more playlists over time. We're also tuning quitter suspension penalties parameters for quick play. We're testing new matchmaking techniques and trials to hopefully provide better experiences to solo and duo fire teams without the need for freelance. This will also help us in reassessing the flawless pool for Season 20 and beyond. 20 is Lightfall. We're bringing more maps to the Crucible over the next year. 2 of the maps are returning from earlier seasons of Destiny 2, and a brand new map is being added during the year of Lightfall. Okay, I mean, that's something. You gotta have more than one map a year, like one new map a year. That's not enough. Alright, we're introducing competitive division to act as our ranked Crucible space for players seeking to test their skill. Okay, that's significant. That is probably the biggest announcement out of anything I've just read here. Alright, still here, sweet. The following changes have been developed by the team dedicated to Destiny 2's ritual modes. What started with our Trials revamp many seasons ago became a fun development cycle that now spans multiple rituals. We've been focusing on given activities, Gambit, Iron Banner, and our Crucible during seasonal development to revisit and reset goals and address player feedback. For Crucible, there's quite a bit on the table, and it's always a multi-part conversation. In early December, we'll have sandbox and balanced information. Today, we'll be talking about playlist modes and the places you play. Without further ado, let's get to it. Here's a question I have: is it a good idea to just have I know that there was a rituals team, but I feel like there should just be a large dedicated PvP / Crucible team, because Gambit is getting fractional attention compared to Crucible, and then Vanguard playlist strikes are in here because that's a ritual. I feel like you just need a dedicated PvP team, which is what it feels like Bungie's been lacking for years now, since they all left to go make their dedicated PvP games that have not been announced yet. So I think that's kind of an issue personally. But player experience, goals. As part of our continuing evolution of Destiny, we like to revisit various aspects of the game to see how well they fit in with the rest of the game. To help give some context to changes we are making to the competitive ecosystem, we would like to lay out our thoughts on the overall philosophy and our player experience goals and how different aspects of the Crucible fit together. Casual Crucible. Find a fair game, make friends, and stay as long as you're having fun. Real life comparison, pick up games at the gym, okay? Iron Banner, week-long celebration of PvP and Destiny that draws in everyone. Real life comparison, exhibition play at a block party. Trials of Osiris, Prove your skill and build against worthy rivals. Real-life comparison, high-stakes pro-am tournaments. Ranked play. Fair matches, measure yourself, growth you can see and feel. Stakes are always high. Real-life comparison, local recreational leagues. Private match. Make the game you want to play with your friends, and stay there as long as you're having fun. Game night with friends. With these definitions in mind, let's get into the thick of it. To help achieve our goals, we have numerous changes planned for Season 19 and beyond. We began our journey of Crucible updates with a long look at what current offerings are in Destiny 2. There are objective modes like Control, elimination-centric modes like Clash, and competitive modes like Survival, Elimination, or Showdown. When going through the experience and looking at back-end data, we felt it would be best to streamline some of these offerings and help focus players on specific playlist offerings while meeting our player experience goals that were listed above. Starting in Season 19, the Crucible screen of the following options. Quick Play, that contains both Clash and Control. It has SBMM, Loose SBMM, which they've tuned over this season. Weekly Rotator 6v6 Free-for-All, so that will be between Momentum, Control, Mayhem, Team Scorch, Rift, and Rumble, and that uses purely connection-based. Competitive Division, Freelance 3v3. Okay, so they're rolling up everything. This is the Glory playlist, I'm assuming. This is now a playlist randomly picking Survival, Rift, and Showdown. These modes showcase a variety of playstyles designed to show how good you really are. Use a new SBMM setting built using concepts we developed for loose SBMM tuning, but tightened to match you closely against opponents of your skill. Again, I think this is Glory, so we'll see what they say. Crucible Labs, 3v3 Rift with asymmetric maps. Labs has a 25% rep booster, and it uses CBMM. Private Match, that's the same. Okay, Trials. When Trials is active, it replaces Crucible Labs. I think it was Asacross or somebody talking about how, I don't know, the things were like overlapping with Momentum Control and Crucible Labs, and people didn't like that. Something like that. Trials uses ticket-based matchmaking and the Flawless Pool, though we have some news on that below too. Iron Banner, Freelance 6v6. When Iron Banner is active, it replaces the Quick Play node. Oh, okay. So when Iron Banner's on, there is not even going to be Quick Play. You have to play Iron Banner. Interesting. I mean, I guess that's fine now that there's no power in Iron Banner, so it's just Quick Play with Iron Banner rules, although it's going to be a new type of game mode, they say. So this is what Crucible Director looks like during Iron Banner Week, with Rumble as a featured rotator. Okay, so they're just like crunching everything all together, so there's not a million nodes, and then making events replace other things, so they get more attention. All right, so we have a few analytics we like to look at to determine playlist health, average daily and weekly concurrent players, as well as weekly playtime per player in the playlists. And all right, so there's a lot of these. Okay, Iron Banner, high population, high playtime per player. Control, high population, medium playtime per player. Trials, medium population, but high playtime per player. Survival, medium, Mayhem, high-low, Momentum, high-low. So this is like, you go in, you play a couple games, and you leave. Private, medium-low, Elimination, medium-low, Scorched, varies low, Clash, varies low, Rumble, low, Showdown, low. Yeah, who's like going other way to play Showdown? I'm surprised Rumble's that low, but interesting. To no surprise, the champions of both daily, weekly playlists and our playtime per player, Iron Banner, Control, and Trials. Glory gets a decent population and strong time per player. Rotators are a mixed bag. Momentum Control and Mayhem get lots of players the week they are active, but don't come close to getting as much playtime as the other offerings. Clash and Scorch do better or worse depending on the season and weekly offerings. Finally, we get the always-on options, Elimination, Rumble, and Private Match. You would think, since Private Match offers no extrinsic rewards, it would have the fewest players and least playtime, but you'd be wrong. Very wrong. That's kind of crazy that Private Match has higher population than all of these other modes. Like, that's wild. With the findings above, we decided to move the modes around, which is why they combined everything. And yeah, this is just repeating everything they just said, essentially. Crucible rewards. Starting in Season 19, players will have new triumphs and a new title to chase. What is it called? It's called Glorious. Glorious. All right. In creating this new title, we had goals centered around ways for players to express their Crucible prowess, slaying enemies, capturing objectives, and even climbing through some of the divisions of our new competitive division, which we speak to in depth toward the end of the Crucible write-up. Okay, so this shows what this looks like. Reset your Crucible rank across all seasons. So this is like a year-long thing. This symbol looks like it's going to be for the new competitive glory thing. Earning gold crucible medals, earning points, completing different game types, earn crucible ranks, placement matches, promotion matches. Okay, this is all stuff we're going to need to dig into at the end here. When it comes to gilding, we've taken a pass in the requirements from broken to relieve stress. Win streaks and reaching glorious thresholds over multiple seasons are no longer required. We will be challenged to need to win a number of matches during a given season and reach the Adept division, more on that below, for gilding, but none of this can be accomplished within a single season. If you see someone with a gilded glorious, you know they are the best of the best. Lord Shaxx, engram focusing. Yeah, I wonder when he was going to get that. Starting in Season 19, Lord Shaxx will offer the ability for players to focus Crucible weapons and armor. Crucible will be the fourth of the core rituals after Trials, Gambit, and Iron Banner to get comprehensive engram focusing options, helping players target specific pieces of gear they've been hunting. So really, it's just going to be Zavala at last. I guess we're going to get a Season of the Strike playlist, I don't know, in a season or two here. Alright, Crucible engrams. Crucible engrams will be a virtual currency and live exclusively on the rank progress bar of Lord Shaxx. Crucible engrams will be opened individually by players directly on Shaxx. Crucible gear focusing. You could focus Crucible engram directly into either Crucible armor or Crucible weapons. Gear focusing cost for Season 1, 1 engram, 10,000 glimmer, 50 legendary shards. Crucible engrams do not need to be claimed in order to be spent on focusing. See note below. Okay, that's better than the way it works now with Gambit, where you have to get the thing in your inventory and then put it in the thing. I think this is something people have talked about before. I think this is good if they're combining that. Individual pieces of gear must have been acquired at least once before you could focus them. Crucible armor available will be the Clutch Extol set. I think that was the latest one, the one they did across all the playlists. Crucible weapons for focusing in Season 19. Stars and Shadow, Keening, Frozen Orbit, Epitaph, Sorrow's Verse, Crisis Inverted, Riptide, Out of Bounds. So these are, I think, all the playlist weapons other than whatever the current one will be next season, because this is the one this season. This is how the Gambit thing works. Brand new Crucible weapons are only available as drops during their introductory season and are then available for focusing the following season. Yeah, that's how Gambit works. Other Shaxx changes. The Kill Tracker Ghost Shell will no longer appear at Lord Shaxx if it has already been acquired. It may be reacquired from collections. Note, Shaxx is using a new engram system that lets us use the engram stored directly on the vendor for focusing rather than needing to pull it into your engram inventory. Making this change is more convenient for you and lets us more easily shift the main cost burden from lots of legendary shards and glimmer to multiple engrams. While the current costs are similar to Gambit's, expect a larger focusing rebalance pass, red lower costs with Lightfall, as well as all the ritual vendors converted over to this new system. Okay, so next season we will get the Zavala one too. A wallet item showing you all the various engram counts will be available in Season 20. Okay, so this will take these engrams out of the stupid little 10 engram thing that's always full of unroll engrams and prime engrams. Additionally, we'll be looking at ways for players to earn older Crucible armor sets through focusing in Season 20 when Lightfall releases. We've previously announced Legacy focusing for Trials, Nightfall, and Iron Banner, and this applies to armor sets as well. If you've been asking for the return of the Exile armor set or eyeballing some older Iron Banner pieces, we're looking forward to having those once more. Stay tuned for more details. Give me the freaking ornaments! The ornaments! I want the ornaments! Oh my god. Iron Banner Fortress. This is the new Iron Banner mode, since we're getting one of these this season now, which is pretty good. Back in Season of the Haunted, Saladin reestablished the Iron Banner as the twice-a-season PvP celebration for everyone. No word on them upping that, even though that has been a common complaint. Guardians from all around wear their flaming Iron Banner armor, compete for the love of competition. Since then, we brought Rift to Destiny 2 and introduced our first new mode since Team Scorched Iron Banner, Eruption. We want to continue this tradition of introducing unique spins on existing mode. For Season 19, let us introduce you to Iron Banner Fortress. I'm sorry, is this a Scorpion turret? Okay. In Iron Banner Fortress, the core gameplay is capturing and holding zones. If that sounds like zone control to you, you'd be right. The real fun begins when Kaido gets involved, but we'll leave some of this for you to experience firsthand with Iron Banner. Fortress launches on January 3rd, 2023. Let's just say a few of you may be dying to cap a hill. Okay, so they're going to put turrets down on zones you control. Those are your Cabal turrets, so that's pretty fun. I wonder if there will be drop pods that slam onto you. All right, that sounds fun at baseline. I'm looking forward to seeing what that's about. Oh, it is the Destiny 1 set. This is the set that everyone freaking has wanted to come back forever. People have been complaining about this for years. Jeez. Okay. Well, if they're not going to give us the ornaments, giving us this set with the wolf head and all that, I guess that's the next best thing. The Warlock one is not great. The other two ones are very good, though. Season 19, players can expect a few returning Iron Banner weapons not seen since the earlier days of Destiny 2. If auto rifles or slug shotguns are your thing, Saladin has something special for you. Updated with random rolls, fresh perks from the last few seasons, and the Iron Banner origin trait, we're looking forward to seeing what rolls you chase. That's not all. It's been about a year since our last Iron Banner armor refresh. We've seen some wonderful themes throughout the years, inspiration drawn from ages past, focused on the looks of a true warrior. This year we'll be returning to some fan favorite sets coming from an era of Taken King. Alright, there it is. We've been expecting these to be a fun complement to many sets in the game and looking forward to your fashion statements coming out of Iron Banner next season. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm playing just to get these, that's for sure. Cool, good idea. Alright, new matchmaking techniques. Fireteam-based matchmaking. Starting the first week of Season 19, we will be testing out a new quick play matchmaking parameter that should excite many of you. Fireteam-based matchmaking. At high concept, FBMM, oh god. This means that your fire team makeup should match your opponents. If you join a matchmaking queue as a full team of 6, you should generally match against a full fire team. Depending on how long you wait in matchmaking, you might start a match against a fire team of 5 plus a solo. If you wait longer, you might start against a fire team of 4 plus a duo. If you're a smaller fire team, you might match with a larger fire team against 2 fire teams of similar sizes. Okay, I get it. Okay. So they're doing fire team matchmaking, and we will see how it goes. They're going to start with quick play and then potentially roll them out to Iron Banner trials and more. Expect more news and updates in January. It's right before Lightfall. Improving connection on the high end. Over the last season, we've been monitoring and adjusting loose SBMM settings that were applied to quick play. While we're seeing better matches for many players, we're also seeing issues with player connections when getting into higher skill bands. To address this, we are planning to roll out a second new matchmaking feature. Yes, our programmers and tech designers have been busy, called Dynamic Skill Ranges. At a high level, this feature increases the skill window our system looks for when matchmaking if you are in a low population skill bracket or during a particularly low population time, 2:30 a.m. Pacific, when many are sleeping or waking up. The intention here is to increase the window to give those playing at low population times additional good connections to choose from without harming skill balance significantly. So this whole thing is like when if you're at the really low or high end of the skill spectrum, you were just constantly getting terrible connections because there weren't enough people to match you. So they are expanding that. They are rolling it out sometime in January, so not right when the season launches. So quitter suspensions. They introduced quitter suspensions, and now they are changing them. Lowered the amount of suspension time handed out for serial quitting and quick play. Added the amount of time remaining to all suspension messages, and made the messages trigger when clicking on the node. If you want to know how much time you have left, the information is now available. As we continue to roll out new matchmaking techniques, which address many of the player feedback surrounding SPM and quick play, we will be reevaluating the need for a quitter penalty in quick play at all. I'm sure that will make many people happy. As always, we enjoy being transparent about our matchmaking changes. Expect notifications from our awesome support and community teams on various social channels if we make updates for matchmaking for any node. Trials of Osiris. Well, Season 19 has much of its focus on the general Crucible playlist, matchmaking, and the introduction of competitive division. We do have some upkeep planned for Trials of Osiris. For starters, we're following tradition with 2 new weapon rewards for players to hunt for. Whether you're hungry for a base model or the fabled Adept variant, we have a new machine gun, and 140 hand cannon up for grabs. This is where I'd show you, but we don't want to spoil gear icon watermarks for the new season just yet. Wow, they're not even showing the gear icon watermarks. Oh my gosh. This is are they going to do a fully secret season again? Are we not going to hear anything about it other than these larger ecosystem changes? I guess we'll find out. Okay. Additionally, we're looking to add FPMM into trials in the future. By introducing these matchmaking changes to the playlist, we're looking to provide a larger sense of fairness for smaller fire teams and eliminate the need for a freelance node. Solos can match solos or fill in teams of duos. Fire teams of 3 will match with fire teams of 3. While we won't have changes to the Flawless Pool for Season 19, we are working on a new paradigm that removes the Flawless Pool but still provides protection for players working on Trials Reputation Rewards. Expect more information later in Season 19, as our goal is to have a Trials lab starting in Season 20. For the Year of Lightfall, maps. This past year we saw the return of 2 Destiny 2 maps, 1 map from Destiny 1, and a brand new map set on Savathûn's Throne World. Much of our focus for this year of map content was to give players some larger spaces, lanes for sniping, a bit of range for pulse rifles, scouts, and other ranged options. For the coming year, we're going to be bringing back 2 more maps from earlier in Destiny 2. We've just started production on a brand new map, which we expect to be released in the year of Lightfall. If you have some experience creating gameplay spaces and would like to join us creating Destiny content, be sure to check out our careers page. Keep an eye out for world art listings in the future. Okay. So clearly they do not have enough people like on the map building teams for this, which is why we are at the pace now of like 1 map a year, which I guess has increased from 0 maps a year, but yeah, again, I still think we need more there. All right, and I don't think people really like Disjunction that much when it's not Rift, so that's kind of another issue. All right, here's competitive division, ranked play, glory playlist, blah blah blah. The big thing, I think. After the changes to Trials of Osiris, Gambit, and Iron Banner the last few seasons, we knew we had to look at our ranked play experience next. While the Glory playlist has been home to our core 3v3 skill-based offering for years, it had fallen behind in the rewards department since we sunset Pinnacle weapons and their quests and Beyond Light. Additionally, it was built on a hybrid skill persistence model to enable more players to get to top ranks than you would normally expect on a bell curve. We knew we had to revisit the reward structure as well as fit the ranking system to more closely reflect player skill. We also wanted to create something that would be familiar to players of other competitive games in multiple genres while adding our own flair. Goals for competitive division. Oh, look at these fun logos. All players can find a variety of balanced matches and feel competitive. A player's PvP division is a core part of their Guardian identity. Yeah, my Guardian's going to be hovering around, I don't know, let's say here, and that'll be a core part of their identity. Maintain places in the ecosystem to not engage in rank play but still have decently balanced matches or not engage in skill-based matchmaking at all. What is competitive division? In Season 19, we are removing Glory, just Glory is gone, and adding a 3v3 ranked playlist competitive division, which is a true ladder-based system. I can hear the shouts of joy from here. There are 7 divisions, each with 3 subdivisions: Copper, Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Adept, Ascendant. I like those last 2. Our goal is to provide players with ladders to climb and divisions to achieve, giving a more accurate representation of skill than our current Glory system. Players who surpass Gold and begin to chip away at Platinum, Adept, and Ascendant will represent some of the best Crucible players that our community has to offer. Let's talk a bit about how you climb the ladder. This is a higher level explanation of how things work. We'll be releasing a help article closer to launch to go further in depth. At the start of a season, you'll begin a placement series during which you will not gain any division rating for the first 7 games. After the 7th game, you complete the placement series and are placed into a division based on skill. For the first season, the highest you can be placed is Gold 3. In future seasons, you'll be placed closer to your previous competitive division. As you continue to compete in the competitive division, your division rating is adjusted based on 4 major factors: match outcome, whether you win or lose; division inflation, deflation, how far above your division is compared to your skill; match performance, how well you performed on a match-to-match basis; player to lobby skill delta, how your skill compares to everyone else in the match. As you earn and lose division rating, if you gain enough rating to move between subdivisions, you automatically enter the next subdivision. Same goes for moving down subdivisions. If you gain enough rating to move up a division, you enter a promotion series where you must win 2 out of 3 games to be promoted to the next division. Similarly, if you lose enough rating to move down a division, and you enter a relegation series where you must win 2 out of 3 games to remain in your current division. Oh my god, so much pressure. I'm already foreseeing some very angry people who are like playing solo, and then people leave during their promotion games or demotion games. But I don't know, whatever. It's better than nothing. Upon reaching Gold or higher, your division rating is subject to decay on a weekly basis. You will lose division rating if you haven't played enough matches recently. Also, we have a small intro quest that will demonstrate the competitive division system and unlock a reward listed later in this TWAB. This quest must be completed once for each account and will be available from shacks which you unlock Crucible as a new light or immediately for veteran players. Competitive division rewards. Yes, curious about this. Since competitive division is aimed at drawing a close link between skill and division, we don't see division as something to really grind for rewards. We don't want someone to feel pressure to play tons of games looking for a drop, all while your division rating drops and you ruin your division standing. That's a good point. Instead, we want the primary motivator to be your actual division. We aren't going to be adding any unique grindable rewards outside of those you can get anywhere in Crucible, and really focus our rewards on weekly participation and achieving higher divisions. Any unique grindable rewards? So, okay, well, I'll just keep reading. I'm hoping there's like cosmetics or something. Secondly, we're going to be very careful about giving out high performance rewards for achieving higher divisions. Since these divisions are tied tightly to skill, some divisions will be completely unattainable to some players no matter how much they try play. Don't need to subtweet me. I know that it's me. It's fine. Having some old pinnacle weapons tied to higher glory had some unfortunate effects on players and led us to eventually add numerous persistence features to the ranking system. To avoid that, we are going to initially keep rewards for achieving a higher division limited to efficiency rewards. Okay. Not cosmetic rewards, efficiency rewards. Your current division gives you a multiplier on all Crucible ranks earned in Destiny 2, letting you earn more Crucible engrams, resets, and extra perks on weapons much faster. I mean, that's a good idea at its core. So it goes from 1 and then 0.1 each level to 1.5. So even if you aren't great at PvP, jumping into competitive division will help you earn Crucible rewards 10 to 20% faster now. That's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. This bonus stacks multiplicatively with the scheduled bonus ranks week and the hidden bonus in Crucible Labs. As a note, we are reducing bonus week Crucible rank multiplayers from 2.0 to 1.5 in Season 19. Our goal is to reduce the need to wait for bonus ranks to get the most out of your Crucible playtime. Yeah, that makes sense. With the added bonuses provided by divisions, 95% of players will be earning more reputation over the course of the season than what's currently available. What's happening in the other 5%? Is it not 100% of people? If this starts at 1.0? It's because this is going down, so if you don't do anything, you won't earn it. But if you're, I don't know, you probably don't care that much if you're doing that. We'll be keeping an eye on this change to make sure there isn't any major negative impact on rewards that players are earning. We also moved unique glory playlist rewards. Meet a multi-dual catalyst is now a rare drop on anyone in the Crucible. Oh, thank God. I was never going to get that. One of the best rewards you can get from a competitive division is right in the name. Your competitive division, which you have earned throughout the season, lets you know where you actually sit in the hierarchy of players better than KDA, win percentage, or a third-party ELO ranking ever could. I think that might be debatable by some, but, you know. Oh, they're bringing back Rose. That's awesome. Okay. For our weekly participation reward mentioned above, we are bringing an old favorite back. That's right, Rose is back for competitive division. Rose was originally a legendary hand cannon earned during the Lumina exotic quest and has a long history in Destiny, which was corrupted then redeemed. Is this like a metaphor for the Crucible? It now returns with random rolls and an updated perk pool. That's cool. Wait, so how do you get it? Okay, well, they're answering that. Hybrid. Fires like a 140, but allows you to move like a 150 and a stats that blend the two. Its perk list is built from popular consistency perks designed to highlight 3v3 play. Alright, not quite sure what that means. Randomly rolled grips instead of an origin trait. How do you earn it, though? When you complete your competitive division intro quest, you get a drop with the perk selection Rose originally had. After the intro quest, you have a character weekly division challenge to earn another role. That's it. Play competitive division, earn one role a week per character. Fine, that's good enough. I'll do that. You don't have to win, right? Probably not. I think it's just participation to get people engaged with it. Future rewards update. We aren't done here. In seasons post-Lightfall, we are expecting to get further cosmetic rewards for competitive division. Okay, that's what I was asking. We are still working out the details of what you can earn and when you can start earning them and how you earn them. Expect more discussion after Lightfall launches. Okay, so that's a ways off. And with that, we come to the end of our Crucible update preview. We have a little bit of something for everyone and maybe a lot of something for everyone. No doubt there are some thoughts and feelings being shared among your Discord servers and text to friends already. Yeah, I've been buzzing a lot during this. We watching the conversation as all of these changes will roll out. All right, player support. I think I'm going to skip all of this stuff. That was a lot of reading. Okay. Let's try to keep this under 6,000 words. He did not. No TWAB next week. Oh, it's Thanksgiving. Duh. Planning to have a blog article from the Bungie Foundation, so keep an eye out. We'll be back with another TWAB on December 1st. Hopefully something about the new season. I guess we'll see. So, okay. As a not dedicated PvP person, I kind of just need to gauge the community temperature about this. Like, in theory, this sounds good to me. I mean, some stuff is obvious, like giving Shax, focusable engrams and like bringing back the really good Iron Banner set that everyone loves. I know people have been really dying for a true competitive ladder forever, so I would imagine that this overall is going to be well received. Never underestimate PvP players' capacity for complaining about things, but yeah, like I'm one to talk. But this seems like a lot of what people were looking for. So I'll probably post a Twitter thing and destroy my mentions as I ask what everybody thinks of this. But I think the biggest problem is still a lack of support in terms of new maps. Like they literally lists in here that like they're trying to hire people to make more maps because they don't have enough people, I guess. Like that seems to be one area in which they are deficient. I assume this also is part of the reason we don't have any Gambit maps. I think that's probably the most remaining pressing issue that they probably need to solve. One map a year is not really going to cut it. I'm not really even counting reprise maps because that's cheating. That's just putting something back in that you took out for some reason in the first place. There's a lot more to dive into this. I'm going to do like a summary article too. I actually saved my Destiny 2 article for the day for this because I knew it was going to be long. So I'm going to do like kind of a overarching summary. But yeah, let me know what you think about this, especially if you're a dedicated PvP person. Is this enough to make you grind? Are you going to be happy with just your cool little displayed symbol and your rank, or do you want better rewards? Or I get what they're saying about why they're not putting in like grindable rewards here, but I do wonder if people are going to want more of a motivator than just literally the division itself. And yet, in a lot of other games, that is kind of all you get is bragging rights for that division. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. Anyway, I need some water. That was a lot of reading, and so my voice is failing me. But thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.